Terra. My chicks dig it. Use the code T-HAND at checkout to unlock 10% savings on all Grub Terra products. Hey! 10% savings on all Grub Terra products. You wouldn't think that I have ever been in front of a camera before by the sound of that. Oh, let's get that thing down. Hey, welcome to the Homestead Centric show. We got some stuff to cover tonight. Hey, later this week, I am going out of town. How far out of town? I am leaving the country. That's it. We're going off the grid. Later this week, I will be headed up north to the cold white north. Hopefully it's not too cold and hopefully it's not too wet. Riding with Trevor and Chad, a friend of his and mine. You might remember him from the videos, and Rachel, his wife, from West Virginia when we went riding the Hatfield and McCoy trail system down there. That was awful fun. You know what? I haven't. It's hard for my friends to join. Come on, Pewter. Do. That song is just catchy. Oh, but there, I just sent that out. Today I want to talk a little bit about step by step. You might have seen my wonderful little boot on the thumbnail. Step by step, guys. When you start in this, you start changing your thinking from consumer to producer, because that's really what homesteading is. A life of self-sufficiency. You're going to try to stop consuming everything and start producing stuff that you can. Now, you can jump in with both feet, and I suggest jumping in what you can. Don't overwhelm yourself. There is a poll up top of the chat here. I don't want to end the poll. I want to see the poll. It says, do you obsess over future plans do you obsess over future plans you know are not attainable yet? Hey, Tammy, how's it going? Good to see you. So far, it's 100% yes. And I do that too. But I also remember in my mind when it's working that, Rome was not built in a day. It fell awfully quick, but it wasn't built in a day. And, I just got to take things step by step. It was really, really hard waiting this summer for my sheds to be built and delivered. That was tough. I'm planning on, bring that up here. I am planning on a freeze dryer. I am obsessed with all the things I could do. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be interested to watch your videos and stuff on that too, because freeze drying is an awesome way to preserve food and the nutrients within food. I think it's a 10-minute rule. 10 minutes after you pick a vegetable, it starts losing some of its nutrients and its goodness for you. And that's not good. That's never good. How could that be good? Can't be good. It's not good. Um, and freeze drying, I mean, that preserves a lot of the nutrients. Now, my I never really looked hard into it, into freeze drying, but I I did glance at it a little bit, and some of the ones that I looked at had some very serious electricity requirements for a decent amount of time, and right now that's not available to me. In fact, as the days are getting shorter, I'm running my generator more and more. I need to get more solar panels. I have to get out of my summer mindset of all of the all the electricity I need, I just use, and I don't hardly think about it, to now, the other night I went to bed and it had been gray and dark all for like all week almost. And I I glanced at my inverter, and my batteries were at 12.6 at night. Now, 12.7 for lead acid battery is full. The LiFo4 batteries that I have, they stay at 13.2, and then at night they're usually 13.1, 13.01, somewhere in there. But guys, don't beat yourself up if everything is not happening. Doug and Stacy did not start with a huge barn and water catchment and solar and root cellar and horses and chickens and no, they had to take things step by step, but they've been doing it for years. I mean, I've been on this journey. Well, I married Wendy in 1995, and we started canning short and stuff shortly thereafter. I've always hunted and preserved that meat, usually in freezers and stuff on the grid. But that's 30, 95, 2005, 2015, 2025 minus, well, I'm only going to say minus one. So that's oh goodness, 29 years. I don't know. You're making me math. Let's see. 2024 minus 1995 equals 29 years. I have been homesteading in one way or another. It wasn't until the last 7 that I have been off grid. We worked our way up. We started building skills. Now, I will admit to you guys that, hey, the pressure is on now. Okay, we see what our economy's doing. We see war sparking up in other places in the world. That always affects the economy and our accessibility of goods and services. We see people in certain towns, certain cities that I might have frequented recently doing nefarious things, playing games with our democracy. But yeah, I need to get some solar panels. The difference between prepping and homesteading, in my opinion, one of the differences is in homesteading, you never attain a finished level of done. I will never say I have enough preps set aside because I'm constantly using them. Hey, Dave Knight, welcome. Dave says, hi, 35 years for me homesteading. Stepped up my, yeah, yeah. And we know that we see. I don't care what your political, religious, economical affiliations are. I don't care. You gotta see. I don't care if you are a proud supporter of Antifa. I don't care if you support Palestine or Israel in this thing. I don't care if you support Russia or the Ukraine. If you can't see things are getting harder, you're blind and tone deaf. I love you to death. Don't leave my channel, but you just are. And it doesn't matter who's in control. Left and right are, let's say, let's see who's in charge right now of okay, let's say that is the Republican side and that is the Democrat side. Guess what, guys? It's the same coin. Doesn't matter which side is up. It's the same coin. You got to take things step by step. Yes, pressure is increasing. Yes, things are getting harder and we're getting more incentive to go faster. When you plant a seed in the ground, it does not hurry, nor does it wait. It grows in the increments that the information in its DNA tells it to. Dude, that is awesome. Dave, that is something to be seriously proud of. On Canadian Thanksgiving, 70% of the food was from his yard. Dude, that is awesome. And man, there is something, okay, when you go out here and you plant a tomato seed or grow it inside and then it grows up and you transplant it out in your garden, then you pick a tomato off it, there is something about that makes it taste so good. You want to taste a BLT? I love bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches with mayonnaise. You want to taste something good? A BLT made with pigs I raised, tomatoes I grew, lettuce I grew, and I would like to say that I made the bread and the mayonnaise. I did not. Please forgive me. But I know how if I had to. And that's what it is. Step by step. And one step, okay, you might say your first step in this journey, no matter where you're at, your very next step should be learning, studying. Then your step after that, implement what you learned. It's like marching. Every left step should be learning, adding to your knowledge base. That's what it's all about. And I ain't talking about the hokey pokey. I hear a bunch of illegal aliens flying over from Canada, which shortly, here this coming week at some point, I will be going to Canada. I'm going to Minden, Ontario to ride cowboy ride through the back door to heaven because it is beautiful up there. Trevor and me, Trevor, me, Chad, and his wife are all going to Minden, Canada, the Minden Off-Road Park. Yes, if you're a fan of the show, come to Minden Off-Road Park, probably in the early morning or the evening, because Trevor keeps us riding most of the day. And I'll sign autographs. I'll do it. I promise. For free. I love it. Tens of people love my channel. Hey, Mahilin, how goes it, chick? How are you doing? Good to see you. Little homestead by the beach. Guys, down here, I have my members, and basically I'm going to let people get to the 2-month mark of being a member, and then I will put them down here because Remy and I have been having a war. I buy memberships for him, or he buys memberships, gift memberships for me, and we go back and back. Oh, cool. Little emojis from the PC now. Cool. I took my 3rd fall mushroom identification class, hands-on. Nice. Nice. Oh, yeah, we can, can't we? Ooh. Does that come up on the screen at all? Huh. Cool, yay, party. Okay, I better stop that, or I'll end up irritating you guys. Canning apples, waiting for one cool. Let's see here. Marhy from Little Homestead by the Beach says, canning apples, waiting for one cool down to begin another batch after. Nice. Yeah, that's the only place I see it, is in the chat. That's nice. You know, I had all these plans of going and pick to make a batch of crabapple jelly, and I'm only one person on the homestead now. Okay, it's me, the cats, the chickens, and for another couple days, the Piggly Wigglies. We just brought the trailer in so that the Piggly Wigglies will start feeding the pigs in the trailer, so that they will go up in there easy. And then one day we'll close the door and we'll take a ride to freezer camp. I smoked peppers and dried them to use them up today on the. Nice. See, I don't know, I had a really good harvest. I've got to subtract. I had a huge zucchini and a huge squash. I got to subtract from one of my weights. I keep an overall weight, and then I have one weight that I'm keeping for myself. But I gave it to the pigs and all 3 of them have been in the trailer today. So they're getting ready to go to freezer camp, and they are big. I think these are the largest pigs we've taken so far. They're probably 230, 240, somewhere in there, if not bigger. And they are long pigs, so there's going to be a lot of bacon, and they have nice rounded hams. Their butts are nice and round. So there's going to be some nice hams on them. I am only keeping half a pig this year. I almost sold my whole pig. Yes, guys, type !share, and Nightbot will share your channel link so that people can go and visit your channel. And if your channel is something that they're interested in, they can subscribe. And then I 99% sure I have my what do you call it? My settings all on where it plays back the live chat as you watch the replay. Let's see what we can do here. Come on. I really need a new computer. Out with the hot peppers and in with the kale and lettuce in the greenhouse. Nice. Nice. Oh, let's see here. Come on. Boy, this computer's running slow. Now I got to go to live. Because you know what I didn't do? I didn't monetize this. I probably should. Yes, I'm making tens of dollars on YouTube. Why is that limited ad suitability? I got a live stream though that limited. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not here to get rich. If I was here to get rich, I would have quit by now. But no, I should. I'm on my way to getting my first $45 payday from YouTube. The most I've made so far in a pay period was 30 some bucks. So, you know, that's almost every 3 months, you know, I make $100 and that might buy me a new camera one day. You know, I use these little Vivitar 4K action cameras. And they're fairly cheap, but they work fairly good. And then I didn't pack. Look at this. Now my laptop is not in here. Neither is the camera that I'm using. And this is my bag for the trip. It is packed. I'm excited. I finally got some mounts for the I got some mounts for the side-by-side to mount my cameras on that. No! I forgot to do something on Columbus Day. I forgot to plant my garlic. These are German Extra Hardy and Early Italian Purple garlic. Well, there's tomorrow. I don't think I will wait to have payment to buy a new camera. No, I couldn't wait. I have 3 of the Vivitar action cameras and one big camera that freezes up occasionally. It really drives me nuts because you're going really good and you're like, okay, let's move the camera, and you go to move the camera and you look at it and it's frozen up. You got to take the battery out. Okay, so Mari Lynn didn't plant her garlic yet either. That's okay. I mean, if I have to, as long as I get it in, it is. Oh yeah, the ground's not going to be froze here. Our first frost date was supposed to be October 6th, and I don't believe we have gotten anywhere near that. Um, uh, yeah, it's been, I think the lowest we got was like 38 or 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, hey Google, what is 39 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? She's not talking to me right now. Um, but yeah, so that's what, 4 degrees Celsius, I think, 3 or 4 degrees. Um, so we're not down to frost temperatures yet. Um, is it possible to buy a phone just for the camera and some? Yeah, absolutely, Marilyn. The amount of people that that literally do all their filming with a phone. I think Remy does most of his filming with a phone. There are a lot of um, big YouTubers that just use a cell phone for filming. I believe they use laptops or whatever for editing. But yes, that is absolutely, yeah, 37. Yeah, I had a fire going up until I let it go out last night. I just threw one butt because it was so warm, and I had windows open, and I said I'm not putting wood on the fire, to sweat me out of the house. Um, so yeah, up until last night, at some point when the fire did finally go out, I had been running it several days, but it was because it was so wet. We have had dark, cloudy rain. And people are like, well, wait a minute, is there sunny rain? Yes, there is. But there is, this last week has been just very, very dark. And that plays into a lot with me because I'm off the grid. I have solar panels. When I don't have solar panels, when my solar panels aren't running, my sometime well, after a couple days, my generators got to run, and that costs money. I'm not big, but I use an iPhone. I have a GoPro, but yeah, yeah. Um, find one nowadays. The cameras. Wendy and I, when we were professional um, wedding photographers, uh, we had uh, Canon digital Rebels. They were 5 megapixel cameras. I think the ones on my phone now are like 16, 18 megapixel. It's insane, the quality, and they just keep getting better and better and better. Um, and so yes, absolutely. Phones do wonderful. They're easy. You always have them. I use my phone a lot when I don't feel like messing around with stuff. Like if I got to run out and take a picture uh, for a thumbnail, I'll do that with my camera, and then I'll go to that picture and just back it up on Google Photo, and then I can download it. Then I can use it straight from the internet and don't have to, download it. No, I have a Canon Rebel, but yeah, they're quite heavy. Um, I really, the sound on my Vivitar action cameras is not great. This is one drag two. This is my sound system. I use my cell phone, and then I have 2 microphones, and then this plugs right into my phone. And I have a voice recorder on it. it is really good audio. The problem, hi Suzanne. The problem with it is if I put it's got quite a range on it, but if I put the cell phone in my back pocket, and this part that you can kind of see that it's a little bent, that tab there, it'll like wiggle, or if it gets moved a little bit, it'll go and it can cut out the sound. It can totally kill the sound. So yeah. Let's see. You can buy an unlocked used phone, or buy a phone new unlocked, or buy a track phone and don't act. Yes, you do not need cell service on a phone to use the cameras on them. Did anybody else do this? I keep all my old phones. I don't know how to get rid of them. They've got information on them that I really don't want getting out, like different numbers and stuff like that. Let's see. I got a new 40 amp solar controller. Prices down and nice. I have a 60 amp. And I don't believe I've ever. I think the highest I've ever gotten was like 48 or 50 amps. Come through, which I'm gonna get more solar panels. That's my next thing. And get them hooked up, because I did buy these solar panels that I have used, and I mean, they were used from Arizona, or Southwest somewhere. But yeah, that's the same thing with homesteading. The step-by-step method of homesteading and the step-by-step method of YouTube. It took me 2 years to get monetized on YouTube. And there was a lot of work involved, but I just took it step by step by step. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy the process. I enjoy sharing the lifestyle. I enjoy the community that has been formed. I use an old cell phone without SIM card. I just want to buy one that would, yeah, Marlene, that works. And you can get them, whether it's like a track phone or a straight talk from Walmart. They have cell phones that are really good, and you can get a budget. You can get them on a budget. Let me see. That's not it. I don't know where I went with it. I had a cell phone that, when I had the corded lapel mic with the cord, it was an old cell phone that I used. I just ran the cord into that and put that in my pet. That actually worked pretty nice, except the cords for the lapel mic, the cords, I've never had good luck with headphones or anything like that with cords on them. They don't last as long as I think they should. But yeah, you'll find that I have my, what do you call that? My gimbal that I use sometimes. That works with my cell phone awesome, because my cell phone is light enough, and I can also use my lapel mics, and I don't have to worry about that thing getting hit and messing up my sound. I have a couple of cheap Motorola's. They do not have any video stabilization. Make sure to get something with video stabilization. I doubt the cheap processors could handle it anyway. Yeah. You don't have to have top of the line. Some of the cameras in these phones, like I said, it was back in the early 2000s that Wendy was we were wedding photographers, and she we used 5 megapixel cameras, and they were state of the art. Now the cameras are just insane with what they can do on the cell phones. This camera I'm filming on now is a 4K camera. Here's the thing. Very few laptops, very few TVs will play in 4K. If you have your settings on YouTube set on auto, you're probably watching YouTube in 740K or 740p. I film in 1080p, and that's what I do the final processing and upload in 1080p, because most people are not going to, they're just, they don't have what they need to watch 4K on. But work your way up. You know, if you can afford to get you know, one of the $59 cell phones, one of the $89, you know, $150, whatever you can afford, a cell phone is a very good option for vlogging and the stuff you do. And they know this. That's one of the reasons they do it. But you can go incrementally, you know. I started out with my cell phone, and then I bought my Kodak camera, the one that freezes periodically. And then I bought one Vivitar action camera, and that was like, it was $45 for the Vivitar action camera. And let me see if I can, let's see here. Let me see if I can just, wait, no, I didn't get that on. Never mind. I got my Vivitar action camera from Walmart.com. Well, I got my first one at Walmart, and I got the kit. I gave away one of those kits before. Yeah. There are a lot of places that don't even have fiber optics. I mean, I'm one of them, but you just we don't have the necessary stuff for 4K. One day they will, I'm sure of it. But right now, you know, there's just no point. And when you go from, it's 1970 by 1080p is the YouTube frame. And I do 30 frames per second. When you go, that's like 16 megabytes. And then, hey, Peter, welcome. And then you jump to 4K. Woo, doggy. It's a big, much larger file. I believe Lynn from Bucket List Homestead I think at one point she was having she had horrible internet. You know, it would take literal days to upload a video, a 10-minute video. And I think some of that, she might have had her settings on too high, making too big, because her files were like, you know, 14 gigabyte files for a 10-20 minute video. And that's just, yeah, 240p. And when you're looking at this mug, that's all you want is 240p. You don't want to be able to see these pores, baby. You could get lost in these pores. Come on, man. I cut my own hair. What can you know? And I think I don't know. I think I'm thinning. I might be thinning. But yeah, for videos like mine, when you're looking at this mug, you don't want it to be too crystal clear. I don't want it to be too crystal clear. I'll be having people running out of their houses screaming. But yeah, step by step, whether it's YouTube or homesteading, step by step by step, you just try to make your condition a little bit better today than it was yesterday. Hey, Patrick, how are you now? Good to see ya. I almost told Trevor I couldn't go riding because my chickens need me. But I didn't. But yeah, you just got to go step by step. You have to realize, study and learn, apply what you studied and learned in some way. Study and learn some more, apply what, and it's just step by step. It's just life. That's one reason why I don't think I will ever be Mr. Beast level. Oh, my nose is itching. When I was about 10 or 12 years old, they said, as you grow up, you'll get hair in funny places. They didn't tell me it was in my nose and ears. Oh, in between conventions. Yeah, I see that picture of that guy who's got the full body tattooed work. Wow. See, I couldn't do that. I got my little 2.5 hour bee sting, and that was fine. No, I don't want to be that big. Look at all the Patera and Doug and Stacy and Justin Rhodes and all these people who encouraged me to take the next step and the next step and the next step, and then finally off-grid homesteading. Look at some of the things that they've gone through because of sharing the lifestyle with people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he puts more money into producing a video than I will ever make in my lifetime on YouTube. I guess so, maybe. I guess that is a true commitment. I was thinking that, mom on my forearm would be a true commitment. Any tattoo is a full commitment because, well, I guess they can remove them nowadays, but, ooh, that wind's getting chilly. But yeah, it is amazing what you can do. When I was in the Army, I'll tell you this little story. When I was in the Army, I was in basic training, and I was skinny, and I was really good at the road marches, and I was really good at the runs. And you weren't supposed to smoke during basic, but I might have snuck a few. I had a drill sergeant. He's like, Manhand. I mean, this is an older drill sergeant, and he's got to be in front. He's got to be better than all these young guys. And he's like, Manhand. He says, you could just run all day. How do you do it? I said, I fade out. I said, I don't think about it. I said, I put one foot in front of the other, And that's as much as my mind takes. That's as much as my mind does while I'm running. I don't think about where I'm going because you're going to guide me where I'm going. I don't think about where I've been. I don't look at scenery. Sometimes I'll sing cadences because they made you sing the cadences, but I just tune out and step by step by step. And before you know it, one day we're running and they're like, I don't want anybody to fail the PT test tomorrow because you just ran 2 miles in 12 minutes. That's a 6-minute mile, man. Let's see, WEATHER space 13303. Yeah, run, Forrest, run. Well, yeah, I was 17. I had my 18th birthday in basic training. Oh, it's saying it's 49 here right now. What does mine say? Mine says 46. Of course, I'm not in the middle of Ava. I'm kind of on the outskirts. But yeah, I used to, because I only weighed, I had to gain weight to join the Army. I was 138 pounds or 136 pounds, and they wouldn't take me until I got up to 140 because I was so tall. Bushcraft family! How goes it? How goes it? How goes it? I've been watching some of your videos on stuff going on around the world. And it's definitely some interesting stuff, man. I pray for Israel. I pray for Gaza. I pray for peace. But I read the back of the book, man. It ain't going to be pretty. And then we win. But yeah, it's all about step by step. You know, when you got, okay, cutting my hair today. Okay. Since some of you may notice, I tried something different because later this week, I'm going with Trevor and some friends to Canada riding side by side and filming it. Oh, it's going to be fun. And I don't want to have to worry about my hair getting messed up, getting helmet head and helmet hair and all that good stuff. So I put my 1/2-inch guards on the clippers and just meow, meow. And Annie's here. Welcome, Annie. Good to see ya. But yeah, it has been crazy. But the hardest part about cutting my hair was convincing myself to get up, go in, and start cutting my hair because it can be a long, drawn out conclusion. Trevor says the back of my hair looks normal, whatever that means. So because, you know, I've always cut my own hair from time to time, but then I had Wendy to look at the back and she could shave my neck and stuff. I'm just going blind now. Yeah. It does. It grows back fast. I'm at this point, I'm not out to impress anybody. My friend Matt tried to convince me to open a Tinder account. No, thank you. Off-grid hermit seeks mate. I can just see the thumbs up on that. Yeah. And my dad cut my hair all the time and I would fight him. Okay. I was a headbanger. I was a metalhead. I liked hard rock music. I liked and wanted long hair, and he liked his son with a crew cut. And yeah, yeah, I won't do Tinder. I won't do any at this point. I'm enjoying being me. I am enjoying the freedom that comes with being single. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, later this week I'm going to Canada. I didn't have to make arrangements with Wendy or yeah, I didn't have to get approval to go, or permission, or I didn't have to take anybody else. I had to take my chickens, my pigs, and my cats into consideration. That was it. They all said I could go as long as they got food. They don't care. But the whole dating thing terrifies me. Because I it's again a step by step process. Yeah, yeah. I think if God wants me to have somebody, He'll tell Trevor. Because when God wanted us to take 50 kids to Word of Life Snow Camp for a weekend to hear the gospel, He told Trevor and Matt, and I said, if we get 50 kids to go, I'll let them shave my head on stage. They shaved my head on stage. And then, when God wanted us to do various things, when God wanted me to start looking for a plow truck, when we moved up here off the grid, where I plow a lot of distance, because the snowplow turnaround's way up the road. God told Trevor, and Trevor got all worked up about it, and I said, Trevor, God will show me the truck to get. Like a day later, Trevor's calling me, we found a truck, we need to go look at it for you. It's got a plow with it and everything. Come on. So if God wants me to do something, He'll tell Trevor. If He's got a woman for me, He'll probably tell Trevor. But I'm just really enjoying just being me. Just the solitude, I don't know. It's just really nice. But I'm young yet. I'm only 52. I'll be 53 in middle of January. And what's Trevor's number? Hold on, I'll write it down for you. Oh, if I can get a pen that writes, I'll write Trevor's number down for you. Okay, there's Trevor's number. 1-800, I'm stubborn. I couldn't get it. Yeah. Well, I think it was Darren from Thorhaven Farm said, hey, my sister-in-law is single. He says the only problem is she doesn't speak English. She only speaks French. And I'm like, why is that a problem? Can she say, yeah? Yeah? That's all. Yeah. How is that a problem? Yeah. That's fun to have them. Yeah. It's really it's one of those things that I still had a couple bouts this fall of, and this is being very transparent, but maybe too transparent, but of blatting my eyes out. I closed the chickens and blatting my eyes out, bawling like a little baby. Um, just missing Wendy. And the thing is that is something that I don't know if I'd ever be able to replicate. I know God could. God can do all things, but um, just like, the subject for tonight is step by step. I take things one thing at a time. Yeah, Tim Hortons and Canadian Tire. Yeah. Um, I still have a gift card for Tim Hortons. Um, I think Marlene gave it to me. Somebody gave me a gift card for Tim Hortons. Um, but yeah, and we will be riding. We're gonna try some new trails. We're gonna show Chad and his wife some trails that we haven't that we went on, and it is just gonna be phenomenal. Um, and hopefully I'll catch it all on video. Uh, Anything interesting that happens, uh, and it is just, I love the fact that I'm able to do this now. I've got my nephew staying at the house. Uh, my and but because my nephew's working now, my neighbors Alex and Misty are going to take care of the chickens, keep an eye on the pigs, and the cats are pretty much self-contained as it goes. Um, I'll probably open the door to a pile of tails and spines, but that's part of being a homesteader is mice. Um, the I couldn't believe it. All three of the pigs, we put the trailer in today. I cut up a huge zucchini that I had. It's a little big for cooking, and a huge crookneck squash, or it was either a huge crookneck squash or a huge yellow zucchini. I'm not totally sure which. Great homesteader gardener here, huh? But I cut that up and I threw it in the. I put it in the front of the trailer, and all three pigs went right up into the trailer, just like they belong there, which they do. And their day will come next week when they get up. We'll feed them up there, and all three of them will get in, and we'll close the door behind them and take them to freezer camp. We do take them to a processing place because it's easier. And selling, I'm keeping half a pig. I was going to sell my whole pig because it's just me, and I've got a lot of pork in my freezer already. But then I got thinking, I'm almost out of bacon, and that I don't want to happen. So I'm going to keep half the pig, and the other half, I think my niece wants. I got to check with her too. And yeah, so that all works good. All right, Annie, we'll talk to you later. Tell those kids we said goodnight. Yes, bacon is important. Bacon is stand alone the reason some people still eat meat. There are people out there who only eat meat because of bacon. World peace could happen if the Muslims and the Jews would just all taste bacon. I think that's what happened with the Abraham Accords, is they got them to both sit down to eat bacon, because neither Israel nor the Islams eat bacon. Good night, Annie. But yeah, that's why Hamas is so uptight. They can't eat bacon. Anyway, guys, I've been on here for an hour. I am gonna go ahead. Vegans flip over after. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's just something about it. And I mean, you can't. Sometimes I like crisp bacon. Sometimes I like it a little more on the Canadian bacon side, a little more on the flexible meat side. Sometimes I like it so it breaks if you try to bend it. No, turkey bacon does not count, because turkeys do not have, well, cows don't have the proper anatomy to make bacon. I would imagine that cows would have similar stuff, but it just wouldn't be the same. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Thank you for stopping by the homestead. I will be coming back to you here shortly. I think I've got a video set for tomorrow. I'm not sure. Not sure. Yeah, beef bacon, just, yeah. And venison is another reason people eat meat. Venison is awesome. Doesn't matter, anything from the deer family is awesome to eat. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Y'all have a wonderful night. And we will talk to you a little bit later in the week. We're gonna try to keep pumping out the videos every Monday and Friday at 3:15 p.m. and a live stream every Thursday at 6. And on Wednesdays, I'm going to try to start at least getting a short out on Wednesdays. So, yeah. If you're watching this on the replay, we will see you later. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.